All right. Creating career paths for your employees, for our employees. Part 2. Time to talk about, like you said, more about the how, starting with job descriptions and ladders.
That's right. And, the underlying concept here is, you're creating all these things to help other people, but in turn, of course, it's going to help you and your small business. And one of the things, we talked about the org chart and that E-Myth concept where when you start, you put your name in every box, but you're kind of creating this future of what your business is going to look like and all the roles that you do. I think another good way to do it is with job descriptions. And I call ladders, or use that term ladders as well, is because the job description can, obviously it's got to describe what you do in the job, but it also should have some things like prerequisites. What do you need to know to get this job? You're a tech, I always lean back on the tech thing because that's what
you did.
Stuff we did. So, it's like, oh, you're a tech level 1. Well, in order to become a level 2, you have to, be in this position for so long. And then part of the job description should also include the next steps for advancement, and it could be all kinds of different things. You could go into whatever position, but having that as part of the job description, where you're coming from to get that job and what the next steps is really a great way to get across to people, look, we want you to continually advance into new roles here.
Okay, so I like this idea, right? When you talk about it, it sounds good. When we go to apply this to our businesses, though, it almost sounds insincere. Right. And
really?
Well, let me explain this, because I need to be talked out of this. I know I'm the one that's wrong here. So
maybe.
Well,
who knows?
Maybe. Sure. Fair. The idea of, let's say you have a small company, 10 people or less. Right. And you bring someone in and you say, OK, well, I'm starting you as a, level 1 technician for us. Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you do stay here long enough and you do these things, and you'll become a level 2 technician. Now, if there are no level 2 technicians yet that person could look up to, because, we're bringing new people in. So, okay, it seems like we're just coming up with names for things that don't exist. And that's the part where I feel insincere about it, right? But
okay,
I like the idea of incentivizing someone, saying you could earn up to level 2, but when there is no formal, when there is no one at level 2, the structure isn't there. What are we actually doing here?
I believe, I think, and I appreciate that that sentiment. So you're going to have to, if you're just starting out or you're hiring somebody for that position, you have to describe it like that. It's like, look, we're trying to create a system here. So when we grow and meet some benchmarks, and maybe you need to set those benchmarks, when we can afford to hire a person underneath you to actually create a department, this is the next step that you can go.
Got it.
Right. And so
I like that. Okay. Yeah.
And you do have to be ready to kind of defend it, if you will, because as I mentioned before on the show, everybody will remember everything you said forever.
And they will hold it against you. Yeah. Well, they might not remember everything, but they'll remember the things that they can hold against you. That's for sure.
Or maybe not hold against, but hold you accountable.
That's a much better
term. They said, look, you said I could become a level 2, whatever, salesperson, you have to be able to go, yes, I did. And you may even have to put it in writing. You may need to say, once we reach some benchmarks and can afford to hire the next person, this is the long-term plan. You need to confidently be able to go back and say, we're not at that point yet, or we haven't met those benchmarks. So I like the business. The business can't afford to hire that person.
You just changed my whole outlook here. Yeah, because
you're helping me. The goal is you're getting their buy-in. Look, this is a great job. You could do this particular job for whatever, year, 2, 3, whatever.
Yep.
When you're ready to take on something else, this is what needs to happen to move you into that position. And that helps grow your business.
It's the right way to do it. Yeah, because you're not just showing an investment in your employee, you're showing, leadership at its core, right? I have an idea as to where this is going to go, and I'm willing to say it out loud.